And good morning, Guardians. So, yeah, right now I am trying to get the Leviathan Breast Catalyst, but I'm starting to think maybe I should just finish. Maybe I should just finish the catalyst that I've already started first because I'm not having a good time with this. First and foremost, it's a heavy weapon, which means that you're not going to get a lot of ammo. Second of all, you're not going to find a lot of ammo. Um, Well, okay, I've mentioned it before. It's kind of a spin foil thing. It is Saturday. Um, I believe that there's a loot table that's assigned to your character or your account. I can't really figure it out if it's character based or account based. It might even be class based. But well, no, I'm pretty sure it's account based. I'm pretty sure it's account based because I know a lot of hunters who've gotten some really great guns and armor, and a lot of hunters who have gotten really trashy items as well. I know some hunters like myself who are pretty lucky when it comes to dropping, good rolled hand cannons and auto rifles, which happen to be my preferred weapons. And not just because I get them on good rolls, but because I've always played them as kind of like an archetype of my builds. So yeah, when I play a sword, I never have any problem finding ammo. It's like I'm always getting ammo, no matter where I am. If I play, um, because I don't play anything other than well, and the grenade launchers and swords always seem to give me more ammo. Um, I struggle quite a bit with sniper rifles, like everybody else does, and rocket launchers. Machine guns sometimes it depends. It depends. If I'm in a Vanguard operation, I'm always getting ammo from machine guns. If I'm in a Gambit or the open world, it's not as frequent as I can be. If I'm like farming lost sectors for whatever reasons, then it's like I don't get that much heavy ammo for machine guns. But for swords, it seems like heavy ammo for swords and heavy grenade launchers pretty much all the time, which is kind of fun. Ooh, cool. What did I get? I got a fucking kinetic. Whatever. I should complain, right? It's all shards in the end. Anyway, so yeah, farting around trying to get, trying to find catalysts for a weapon whose ammo ratings are the shittiest of all. First of all, it's a heavy weapon, so I'm only going to get like 10 shots out of it. Um, Unless, of course, it was like a machine gun, then I'd be loading out there quite a bit. Um, and it's just, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah. That's why I'm saying I think I should just probably focus on finishing the catalysts that I do have as opposed to trying to farm for the Leviathan ones. Because according to the catalyst, you have to um, you have to kill things with the Leviathan's breath in order to get, yeah, found by defeating a powerful combatant with Leviathan's breath. So you got on average about 7 shots to defeat a powerful combatant. That's anybody who's supposed to be either an orange or a gold bar, um, or orange or yellow bar. And that's kind of okay. The Mida tool is all about glory battling, and that kind of really, as a coincidence, coincides with another triumph that I'm pretty close to getting, apparently without realizing it, um, becoming legend in glory ranked matches. I don't understand how this works. Achieve the a glory rank of legend in multiple seasons. So technically, I should have had this completed already if I've got 9 glory ranks here. If I got 9 legendary glory ranks here, unless they added this as a way to slow us down, which I'm not surprised if they would. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just finish the catalyst that I have. I think that's what I'm going to do. I should start stockpiling Umbral engrams for next week because you use them to pick up patterns from the helm. Um, and next week is the last week for the season of the haunting, so I'm not sure what's going to happen to the patterns for the Leviathan, or if the Leviathan is going to go away, or what the deal is. It's always up in the air for me, and I guess I mean I've wanted the Nezerax Whisper. I wanted the glaive because I did get the glaive. Excuse me, and as a regular drop, and it was not even a good drop. It was a pretty shitty drop, and I was pretty impressed by its performance. So I'm like, I'm kind of excited to want to, play that. Um, but at the same time, I'm like, hey man, this is kind of like taking things a little bit too far. I did get the Le Monarch's catalyst, but I'm not deleting this because I'm going to infuse this into the next catalyst. Lawrence Driver is a standby. So the Mida tool is going to be for, oh fuck me. The Mida tool is a farm. I have to hunt for that one. So we have hunters. We have ones that we're hunting for, and we have ones that we can complete. I have to hunt for this one too. Um, but that's going to be doing the exotic quest for Dares to Eternity. So we'll be finishing this one and leveling this weapon. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Um, you know what? I'm going to keep it with me just because. I'm going to put the Mida in my inventory also, just because. I don't know where the Telestos comes from. I have no idea. I have to check that out. Let's check that out. Where does the Telestos? Because I don't have the Telestos. Because you check in the catalyst, you'll see what you've already got building. So the Mida is glory ranking, and then the Outbreak Perfected is in progress, and then the Forerunner Catalyst is the 30th anniversary exotic quest. That's probably a year-long thing. Um, the Telestos is Lost Sectors on Legend or Master difficulty, which is something I do periodically. So, and I don't know if having the gun in your hand actually, works with it. Grasp of Avarice. So I have to do the dungeon for Grasp of Avarice. I don't know if the catalyst drops at the end or while you're playing it. So if it's while I'm playing it, um, let's see, where do I even care? Because I haven't even played with Gallahorn forever. Let's see. It says here, burdened by Rich's debuff and go back to the middle area. The chest spawns on top of the. Wait, how to get the Gallahorn Exotic Catalyst? The chest spawns on the top of the building. Opening the third and final chest will reward you with the Gallahorn Catalyst. So it's a guaranteed thing. I just got an LFG for that, or talk my clan into helping me out. I mean, honestly, what's the benefit? Right? What's the benefit? All right, so I'm going to save this page to my Destiny tab. And then I say, what does the California do? Players can only do this while playing a game mode like Dares of Eternity. Grants infinite heavy ammo. That's Star Horse's things. What does the Gallahorn Catalyst do? That's exactly my question. Adds a perk called More Wolves. This is what will make Gallahorn even more powerful than it already is. More Wolves increases magazine size. Final blows with wolf pack rounds spawn a faster, more powerful missile at the target's location. So it just basically adds more rounds to the battle. I don't think it's really all that worth it to me, considering how infrequently I use rocket launchers because the ammo drop is so craptastic. I do actually get more work out of the other guns. And on that same note, I don't know if Leviathan's Breath is going to be worth the hassle. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Some things to think about. It's kind of what my earlier video was that I took down because it was just meandering so much. It's about truth. And what is a truth? in terms of what we play here in this game, or any game. The truths are the rules, the mechanics behind the game system. We know these things to be truthful. We know these things to be consistent because we expect a truth to be consistent. But I don't think truths are consistent. I think they are mutable. I think they are changeable. They're amorphous. They no, they shift not out of convenience, but out of action or application. They shift through application. It's kind of like when you buy a brand new pair of jeans. Hopefully, you're not buying, really, really nasty tight jeans. Hopefully, you're buying something that's comfortable and fitting to begin with. But as you wear denim, the actual fabric, it because of the nature of its weave, um, that it will actually start to shape itself more towards you, which is why a lot of times, if you go ahead and like you buy a pair of secondhand pants, secondhand jeans, um, that it sometimes will feel very, very weird for a very long time until you start wearing them and then they shape to you. It's the same thing as like when you have like a very well worn ball cap. Like if you don't have the same shaped head as your grandfather, but you've got one of his favorite hats, as a memento, and then you put it on and it just you feel it's different. That's because that hat has shaped itself to your grandfather's head. So truths are just like that as well. You shape a truth through its application, through its exploration and its usage, just like you shape your character through its application. You find out what works for your character, and that's what really a truth is all about. Is you know, having something mathematically true is a different concept altogether. But I'm talking about the esoteric truth of game mechanics. Some game mechanics work very well for some players, and other game mechanics don't work so well for other players. Some game mechanics seem to always work against a player. Um, so then that player needs to identify what the truth of that mechanic is and what they're doing to, what they can do to make that mechanic work for them. Is this called exploiting? It can be in the very broadest of semantics, but not really, because what you're doing is that you're training yourself to work within the truth of that game's mechanic. And it's not very dissimilar to when you go to school or if you're born into a community that adheres to a certain number of religious truths. Um, you grow up into that ideal and you work with that ideal, and that ideal becomes a part of who you are. But as you grow and explore other communities, hopefully you do, um, that truth will be changed, by that exposure, by that experience. This is why a lot of times you have certain communities, version called cults, um, that really discourage going outside of your own, so to speak. They build a truth of the other, which is based upon fear, paranoia, and the fear is basically that their truth might not. Everybody wants to have the truth. It's like when you go through Guardian games in Destiny, and you hear people shouting Warlock Master Race or Titan Master Race or Hunter Master Race. And it's like, I first personally find the phraseology to just be grossly offensive, um, but also, abhorrently egotistical and very narcissistic. And it's just, and honestly, it screams in volumes well above a courtyard's limits of the insecurities of the individual who claims such a thing. No, I don't think hunters are any better than titans or warlocks. I personally do find warlocks to be quite effective at most everything in the game. They have a truth that allows them to work with the mechanics and bend the mechanics to their abilities. Um, Titans are, they have the truth of the hammer. Everything is a nail. I mean, and if you're that kind of a player, then that's the truth you want to play. You want to play the Titan. I happen to like the aesthetics of the Hunter. I don't really particularly am enamored with all of its abilities. I like stealth, the invisibility ability. Hmm, that's interesting. The invisibility skill is very useful, but it's situational most times. In a game that is predominantly shooting and attacking, going invisible as a way to escape and recuperate, like I am right now, is useful, but it's not long lasting, and unless you have the exotics that make it long lasting. And it's not always reliable because if you're in a crucible environment, um, your invisibility is often easily detectable by other players through a variety of skills and or third-party software. We're not going to go too far into that idea because that's where you get into the semantics of what is a truth and what is a belief. And a lot of people who cheat believe they deserve to, and that is not necessarily a truth. It's not a very nice idea. It's just something I don't want to get into. In any case, so in speaking of, what am I chasing here? Weapon chasing again. Oh, we got 30% there. Oh man. You know what? Maybe I should get a rocket launcher just to. So maybe I can do it this way. There we go. That's better. Because I'll always get more grenade launcher ammo. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. So when I'm working with, I had a bow ammo finder and I had bow targeting for my Leviathan's Breath, but I didn't get any heavy ammo. Every bit of heavy ammo that I ran for this, I had to put down with, a fucking banner. And I'm like, this is kind of like not really what I want to do. I only need 7 rounds because I'm going to basically do a magic trick at the end of each of these. Okay, so we're at 30 kind of percentage I get from clearing all this. And it should just be killing things. What I actually should be doing with this is taking it into Dares to Eternity instead of just grinding here. And I want to say thanks, if you're watching this right now, that you're watching this right now, because in my mind's eye, or in my mind, I have created a truth that whether this video gets views right now, or a week from now, or even a month from now, or maybe I come back and watch it myself, because these are basically gaming journals, public gaming journals, really, discussing things about my attitudes and ideas towards the game that I'm playing at the present time, or just in games in general. Um, because I think a lot of what we do in our games reflects who we are in our lives, or who we wish to become. And again, I'm just going to touch really lightly on that concept of cheating. I mean, eh, well, be careful what you wish for because you might just get it. There are certain individuals in this world, in the political arena, in the financial arena, that want to see themselves as gangstas, untouchables, and things like that. But then all of a sudden, now their governments are treating them as such, and woe betide the desires of petty fools. Um, so yeah, that is okay. It looks like we're getting close to running out of enemies here, running out of targets. See, now that would be a character. This guy would be somebody I'd want to shoot with a Leviathan's Breath. But, you know, I mean, let's see how much damage he has to take. Well, to be fair, this is only a 1350, right? Come on, pop for me, baby, pop for me. And because it's an exotic, I can't actually put the auto-loading mod on it, can I? Alright, so there we go. Bang. And in this particular run, we should get about 47, I think. Oh, we get 81. Okay, so out of 81 hits, we earned 4%. This is going to be a grind. At this point, the evaluation is that it's better to just do the dares of eternity. Unfortunately, I don't have a standing fire team, so doing legendary is not going to be fun for me. What do we have here? We have barrier and overload champions, so we're going to need to put barrier mods on my armor. Because I don't want to take the chance that somebody else is expecting everybody else to do it. Pardon me. Barrier pulse rifle. What a coinkydink. Um, wow, look at all that intellect. How do I have that much? Oh, because I'm playing Void. What's the supers recharge more quickly? I don't know that Void will actually work all that good. Let's go back to Solar. I had Void because I was doing Vanguard Ops, and then I got bored because they kept giving me crap for missions. We do want a rocket launcher, even though most of my kills are going to be on the Outbreak. I do want a rocket launcher in case I get Star Horse's favor. And I want to use my ascendancy. Uh, we're also going to go this way. I have to swap. No, we find the one that with strength on it. There we go. Swapping the strength one for intellect? No, for mobility. There we go. And do I have another strength buff anywhere, somewhere around here? There's a strength stat increase. It is a 1. That's awesome. We're going to put it on intellect. There we go. Now I got my baseline going. Yahoo! I'm happy. Whee! So that's about all I want to share. I'll probably be back with more stuff, but thanks for stopping by and enjoy.